Welcome back. Here we are again. Oh, what a week this has been, right? Many of you, it's the first week of school. We've been praying for you. It's school with a twist, right? For some of you who are doing this distance learning. So we just hope that it's been going smoothly and that you're getting used to it. And we hope that you've survived this heat wave. Gosh, it's been a sizzler, hasn't it? And we've all, I know, we've been very, very glad of our air conditioner, that's for sure. So today's story, well, actually, we're not going to do a story from the Bible today. We're going to do something a little different. But we're all wondering, what is that on your hat, Mr. Peter?
Looks like a halo, Miss Kathy.
That is a halo. Okay, it kind of looks like you're about to be beamed up to the Starship Enterprise, but all right, we'll go with halo. Yes, actually, what we thought we'd do today is look at angels, who they are, what they do, and discover for ourselves their place in the whole of God's plan for the universe and for the coming kingdom of God. It sort of ties in with what Pastor Jerome is teaching about, because from the book of Hebrews, the very first chapter, that's all about Jesus and angels. But rather than looking at that, we just thought, let's see who angels are. I mean, they're kind of mysterious in their own way. We have different ideas about who they are, what they look like. Maybe you've even dressed up as one in our annual Christmas play, right? We've had, I know we've had Ivy and Aria. They've dressed up as angels. So or maybe you've never even thought about them at all or thought there's very much to them. So what I thought we'd do first off is do a little true or false quiz and test your knowledge of angels. See how much you know already about these celestial beings. So you don't have to write it down. You just have to say it, and then we'll do the answers as we go along. So, first of all, angels were created by God. True or false?
They're not answering you, Miss Kathy.
No, I know. Can you answer?
True.
True. That's right. Angels live on clouds.
I don't think so, Miss Kathy.
No, that would be a false. Angels spend all day playing harps.
No, I don't think so either, Miss Kathy.
No, they're pretty musical, but I don't think they spend all day on a harp. Angels have wings and can fly.
I believe so.
I think that's a true one, yes. Angels have a free will to worship God or not.
That is correct.
That is true. Just like us, they are able to make choices as to whether they put God first. Angels always wear a halo.
Just me, Miss Kathy.
Just you? All right. No, that's actually not true. Angels don't always wear a halo. Angels report to God.
I think so.
That would be true. Angels have more power than Jesus.
No.
No, that is not true. Angels care about and watch over children in particular.
And me too, Miss Kathy.
Well, yes, but children in particular. You need to look that up in the Bible. It's from Matthew chapter 18, verse 10, and Jesus says it himself. All right. True angels in the Bible always say, do not be afraid when appearing to people.
Yep.
That would be true. And I wonder why that is. It's probably because they're pretty impressive, don't you think? And maybe a little bit scary at first. All right, last one. We turn into angels when we go to heaven.
No, we don't, Miss Kathy. We turn into saints.
We do. We don't turn into angels. Humans are humans and angels are angels. So, okay. So, let's move. What's that?
It's a picture of an angel, Miss Kathy.
Yeah, but we've just learned angels really don't look like that, do they?
No, Miss Kathy.
No. That halo is wobbling tremendously. And I don't think maybe angels look like this one. Can you see that? Yeah, she's got a seashell to her ear. Or even maybe this one. This is the little baby angel that we have with the pacifier. These are all very cute, but I don't think that's really a true picture of what an angel is. All right, let's go on. Can you guess how many times angels are mentioned in the Bible? Any idea?
How many, Miss Kathy?
All right, I have to tell you because it's way more than I thought. 273 times between the Old and the New Testament. That's too many times for them to be like made up or not real, you know. And as we believe the Bible is God's inspired word, we have to accept that angels are not made up human figures. It's not an idea. They are real. Okay, next. Can you think of any times in the Bible when an angel has shown up?
That would be with Balaam and the donkey.
That's the one you remember?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and who saw the angel first, Balaam or his donkey?
The talking donkey.
The talking donkey, that's right. Okay, I found an angel visited Joshua before he conquered Jericho and told him to be strong. All right, any others, Mr. Peter?
How about the shepherds in the field, Miss Kathy?
The shepherds in the field abiding, right, the night of Jesus' birth, that's right. Angels helped Jesus after he'd been tempted in the desert, and an angel rescued Peter from jail. That happened in the book of Acts. You can read about that there. So in the Old Testament, there are many mentions of the angel of the Lord, quite an important title, who appeared to people. Was he just an angel, or was he actually somebody else?
I think it was probably Jesus.
It's probably Jesus, that's right. Jesus was making special appearances and revealing God to people who would not be alive when Jesus actually came to earth and lived out his ministry on earth as Jesus, the Son of Man. So that's pretty interesting too, I think. Okay, so what was or still is the job of an angel? All right, I found 6 things. All right, they protect us, they watch over us and keep us from harm, they guide us. Abraham was guided by angels when he and his family left the town of Sodom. They encourage us. Gideon, the judge, was told by an angel that the Lord was with him. And they deliver us. As we already learned, Peter was delivered from jail, from prison, by an angel. They help us to see things. Jesus' father Joseph was told by an angel in a dream. He was shown to leave Israel and go to Egypt so that they could get away from Herod. And lastly, they empower us. They give us strength. Jesus was strengthened in the Garden of Gethsemane when he was, right before he was crucified. The angels came and comforted him and strengthened him so he could carry on. All right, let's see here. Do angels have names? Well, yeah, some have general names, like a host. The host that came and sung to the shepherds in the field was an army or a large group. And then there's seraphim, who live very close in the presence of God. And then there's cherubim. Cherubim guarded something. What might they have guarded? Right back in the very beginning.
The Garden of Eden?
They did. They guarded the gates to the Garden of Eden. Sometime when we all get together, we'll go over maybe what actually seraphim and cherubim look like, because they are described in the Bible. But there are only 3 angels in the Bible that are given actual names. Do you know which ones I'm talking about? Can we guess?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, your turn.
Gabriel.
There's one.
I would have to say Michael.
Michael, all right. And third one.
And the fallen angel, that would be Lucifer.
That would be Lucifer. So we're quickly going to look at each one and see what their place is in God's kingdom. So we're going to start with Lucifer. Let's get him out of the way. That is, you're right, his other name is Satan or the devil. Lucifer is the Hebrew name for him. And in the book of Isaiah, he's described as this incredibly beautiful angel. When God created him, he just made him to reflect God's own glory. So he was shining, he was just brilliant, and he had very, very close access to God. So you'd think, wow, that would be amazing. Why? What happened? Well, his free will kicked in. Just like with us, we have free will, we can choose. And he began to think that he could be just as good as God, that actually he had just as much power as God. And then he began to think he should be the ruler. He should be over all the angels, and he should be more powerful than God. It was his pride that got in the way. And we always say pride goes before a fall. So what choice did God have? Here was Lucifer, who was leading this rebellion, because he actually took a third of all the other angels and persuaded them and deceived them into thinking that he was more powerful than God. So what did God do? Well, he had to throw him out of heaven and throw out all the other angels too. That's why we call them fallen angels. So that was it. That was it for Lucifer. It's a pretty sad story, really. And the Apostle Peter says we should always be on our guard because he, Lucifer, Satan, still roams the earth. But we must never forget that Jesus is more powerful than the devil, and Jesus can help us against him too. So what's his place in the kingdom of heaven? He doesn't have a place in the kingdom of heaven. No place at all. All right, next one is Gabriel. All right, Mr. Peter, where do we find Gabriel mentioned in the Bible?
That would be with Mary.
That's right. Jesus' mother. Gabriel appeared to Jesus' mother Mary and said that she would give birth to him, to the Messiah. I imagine he's like a really big, impressive, shining angel too, because he had to tell Mary again, do not be afraid. But then Mary decided he was okay and listened to him. He also went to Zechariah, who's John the Baptist's father, and told him that he and his wife Elizabeth would have a baby, John the Baptist, and that he would be the one to point people towards Jesus. So that's two in the New Testament. What about the Old Testament? Well, we see him twice in the book of Daniel. Once he came to Daniel to help him understand a dream, and the second time it was in response to Daniel's desperate plea to God to forgive Israel for her sins and to restore the nation in God's name. And Gabriel told Daniel his prayer had already been heard and that he had come to give Daniel that answer. So Gabriel, if you think about it, to Daniel, to Mary, and to Zechariah, he's God's very important messenger. His name means the mighty one of God. And he seems to be pretty good at his job, I think. So he holds a respected place in God's kingdom. All right, the last one, Michael. What kind of an angel is Michael, Mr. Peter?
He was the head angel of all the angels. He was an archangel.
An archangel. He had that grand title. And he's the only archangel mentioned in the Bible. The name archangel comes from a Greek word meaning chief angel. So I don't think Michael looked like this at all, do you? I think he was much more of a warrior type angel, fighting against evil. And in fact, we hear of him in the book of Daniel also. He came and stepped in when another angel was trying to get to Daniel and was stopped by a spiritual force. And Michael had to come in and just help him out and take care of that spiritual force. And then we also see him in the book of Revelation fighting a war in heaven against the dragon, who is Satan. And Michael and his army of angels are fighting. So Michael was the victor. Michael is the commanding officer of God's army, and he cannot fail because he has God's power behind him. And God and Jesus have already claimed the victory over the devil. So he plays a vital role in God's kingdom. All right, well, that's just a little bit about angels. Sometime when we get together, we'll do some more stuff. Angels are still around today. We might not see them. I've got some wonderful stories that Mrs. Murray sent me about people and times when something incredible happened, and I'd love to read them to you all sometime. So we'll do that, right? I think it's about time for us to sign off here, because that halo is definitely wilting. Yeah. But even if you're not a true angel, Mr. Peter, we can all try and be angelic from time to time, right? Yeah.
Yes,
So this week, be that angel. Be that angel who helps, says a kind word, all the things we've talked about before. And all the angels in heaven will rejoice at that. So, all right, we're going to go and de-angel Mr. Peter's hat. But we'll see you next time. Have a wonderful week. Stay cool. Do your homework. Do your schoolwork. Love each other. And we'll see you soon. Bye. Bye-bye.